What is up, my friends and G.I. Joe fans? Persistence finally paid off, and over the weekend, I was able to get my hands on this. Yes, the Baroness is in the house. We're going to unbox it. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. It's time for a nerdgasm. Alright guys, if this is your first time on the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of our content. Baroness is in the house. Why am I this excited? I'm this excited because this is very difficult to find right now, alright? The Cobra figures from this new G.I. Joe Classified series have been a pain in the royal butt to gather. I've been able to get Destro. I got all of the Joes, but this one was a very difficult one to find. You know, persistence paid off, and I finally got it this past weekend. But I had to be at the store close to like 35 minutes before the store opened just to be able to snag one. So very, very hard to find. And I'm still hunting down the Cobra Trooper. That is taking a serious amount of time. So if you guys that watch the show want to hook me up, man, you know, I'm willing to pay retail for a Cobra Trooper. Please, you know, if you can get one, man, hook me up. I am having a seriously hard time finding it. But if you guys are into these G.I. Joe figures, or like you're liking these things all together, this one here is a Target Especial. You can only get this one at Target, but you can get almost all of the other G.I. Joes over at Big Bad Toy Store. So I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to that, and you can pick up the waves over there. All right, so before we break this thing open, let me show you what this box looks like so you guys can get an up-close look at it. It's a longer box than the other Joes that come in the series so far. This is number 13 in the series. This is part of the Cobra Island set. So you can see that they got the Cobra Island there on the back and everything. I'm really digging the art here on the front and on the side there like that. You know, it looks pretty cool. It's got a stylized take on it. A little bit different than what we got in the other G.I. Joe boxes. So it looks like they took a different artist to take care of that particular art. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So let's get this thing out of the box and see what this figure is like. All right, this is everything how it comes in the packaging. You can see it's got some straps here to hold the motorcycle down. You got the Baroness right there. You got some kind of Cobra snake looking thing. Let's give you a close-up of that. Man, that is actually really pretty. I'm loving the silver and that gold. Wow, I am digging this. Let's take a look at the other stuff. All right, you get a couple of guns. They got these little pegs on the side, so I'm thinking these probably mount up on the motorcycle more than likely. They're identical, and they're, you know, they're opposite sides with the pegs. So you can check out the detail on that. All right, looks like the throttle of the motorcycle is also separated from the bike, so that'll just plug right into the motorcycle. All right, you get this knife with a Cobra head on it. So you zoom in on that. Detail is really pretty. I mean, you can even see the lines in the snake head, which is dope. You get a couple of gold pistols. So that also came out really nice. Check out the detail on these. Very, very cool. Very flashy. You know, because she's hot, so you got to have something flashy for her, something stylish. All right, and then you got the Cobra Coil itself. So I like the detail on it. You know, when I first saw the motorcycle, I was a little bit, you know, it looked kind of like Tronish to me, or maybe even like Akira with the styling on it. So I was like, this really doesn't speak G.I. Joe, but then again, it is Cobra. But now that I'm seeing it in person and out of the bag, out of the box, they did a nice job with the details on it all together. I like the paint work. I like that you got this like metallic silver going on here, you know, for the metal areas, and then the black has a nice shine to it. There's texturing here on the seat, which looks really good. The tires are rubber. So that's cool. It's a hard rubber. So that's really neat. All right. You got foot pegs down here for you to mount her onto the motorcycle. You got that dope Cobra symbol right there, which that looks really good. Yeah, and it looks really cool. And then you got a little bit of articulation with the way that the front wheel will turn. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, I think they did a really nice job on this motorcycle. They are really stepping up their game with this G.I. Joe line. Before we get into the Baroness, I missed this one thing. You do get a motorcycle helmet that you can mount on her head. And again, just like with everything else in here, they did a great job with the detail on the helmet itself. And then it looks like it just pegs right into the head, so it looks like the head will pop off and you can put this on. All right, and then last we have the Baroness herself. Again, really awesome job on the sculpt. The face does look a little bit A little bit angular, you know. But she did kind of look like that in the cartoon. So has almost a manly appearance to it, I think. Still, I mean, I think it looks cool. She's got her glasses, and it's got kind of like a gold tint on the glasses there on the edges, on the corners of the glasses, which is dope. You got the Cobra symbol, okay? The belt here at the bottom is a little loose, so it kind of just like sits there like that. You got some articulation in the arms. You can twist at the elbow. You can twist at the wrist. Okay, same thing here. Twist here like that, and you got some twisting in the arms and everything. The back of the hair is a soft, almost like a vinyl, so it does have a lot of motion in it. You can see you can almost bend it, and then you can turn the head in any direction. But the hair does prevent her from tilting the head up, so you can't really do that so much. You got some articulation in the legs. Go like that. Got some joints at the knee. You can double joint it there like that. And you got the same with the other G.I. Joes. You got twisting at the ankle. Okay. So this should make for a good pose that you can put her in. All right. So I got everything assembled now. Before we get into the Baroness herself, let me just show you a little bit about the motorcycle. So this is the Cobra Coil, like I showed you a little bit earlier. I got the handle put in there now. It does have an extremely tight fit going in. It had a little bit of a chore pushing that in, and it is much, you know, I guess after a little bit of play it'll get looser, but it does feel a little more stiff than the one that comes already installed. I don't know why they didn't just decide to have it plugged in. You know, what was the idea behind that? But that's what that is. You get the two guns installed here on the side of the motorcycle. Okay, so that's exactly where they go plugged in. And then you have a kickstand down here at the bottom of the bike that allows you to, you know, allow it to stay stable when you just lay it on the table like that. All right, so now we have the figure itself. All right, so some things that I noticed when I was playing with it is you do get a lot of articulation in the arm. You know, even though they have these shoulder pads here, it doesn't really prevent it from moving up and down, so that's cool. All right, there she is with the pistols in hand. It fit in pretty nicely. I like how the trigger finger can be looped into where the trigger actually is. Just like with the other Joes, she comes with a lot of different holsters for the guns. You have in the back here, you can see where they have the holsters for the pistols, and then you have a holster here for the knife. And I'm assuming this goes this way because you want to see the knife in front, you know, that get that Cobra look to it, so that's cool. You just install there like that, and then the pistols can be taken out and put in the back holsters as well, so you can store them this way, which I think is a nice little touch. And then you can get on the motorcycle, you know, she still has all of her accessories on her, so that's dope. All right, so then you can have this snake coil wrapped around her arm like that, and it looks something like this. I love the design of the snake. The snake is really neat. You know, you got these red eyes in there and everything, which look extremely cool. So I can get you in focus there. You can see these red eyes there and everything, and I love the silver paint job that they got going on. That is very nice. But seeing this on her now, it looks a little silly. So I don't think I'm going to be using that in the display. All right, so the head pops off. And then I'm no head. I got no head. No, but then you could just take and pop this in here, and now you have the helmeted version. Okay. And then with the head like this, you can get a lot more articulation in the helmet. You know, you can have her look down. You can have her look completely up like that. You can go side to side. So this would be an option if you want to take and display her that way on the motorcycle. Of course, now you wouldn't be able to see her face. So I, of course, would much rather display her with her head on, so that I can actually tell that it's the Baroness. So that's the reason why. But you do have some limitations with this hair, because it doesn't allow you, you know, articulation going up. She just won't look up. She can look completely down, all right? But yeah, up just doesn't work. She can go side to side. Let's see how she looks on the bike. All right, so as you can see, with having her on the motorcycle, you know, she's looking down. So, you know, with the hair like this, you can't really get her to look up. She does have a little bit of articulation in the chest area here, which you can get her to kind of look up like that, so you can have her at least looking a little bit forward. So that's kind of cool. So there's actually a little bit of pivoting right here in the chest, and then again down here at the waist. So it allows for that kind of motion. So you can have her on the bike like that, looking forward. You know, maybe put one gun in the hand, and then you can have her like, you know, looking like she's getting ready to shoot at somebody. All right, here's an example of how I can have her posed on the bike with the gun aiming forward, and then with that articulation in the chest, you're able to get that look where she looks like she's about to fire off. I do kind of wish that the front wheel would have a little bit more articulation in it, so you can actually kind of tilt it a little bit, give it a little bit more styling. This visor comes up and down too, so that's kind of neat. That's also something you can play around with if you want to pose it that way. So I've been sitting here for like a good 5 minutes now trying to figure out different poses to put on the motorcycle. It's kind of hard to pose her on the bike with this hair. The hair kind of gets in the way, so that's a little bit of a limitation that I wish didn't have it. But as you can see with the articulation, you can really get her into some good kick poses and everything. Got the guns blaring and everything out. That looks pretty dope. All right, and there goes another pose. It took me a little bit to put this in this pose, and I'm not even sure if I like it or not. The only thing I'm noticing with this piece is that it's very difficult to pose because of that hair. I know I said that a little bit in this video already, but it really does get in the way. It doesn't allow for a natural head movement, I think, to go with it. But this is what I got so far. I'm going to play with it some more and see if I can come up with another pose, but that'll be on my own. But this is taking a lot of time for me to actually get this going. So my final thoughts on this piece. I think that it's well sculpted. It's well painted. I love all the details that came with it. They're really stepping up their game when it comes to these action figures. This is nothing like the stuff I used to collect when I was a kid. So very cool, all the little gadgets that you get with it, and I like that you get a swappable helmet. The things that I'm not a big fan of with this piece is that it does lack a little bit of posability. I don't like that the hair gets kind of in the way. You know, I kind of wish it was something other than this, that it would allow for a little more neck movement. I don't know how they would get that to do that. Maybe what I'd have to do is heat up the hair in order to get it to bend the way I want to. But yeah, it's just not working. I also don't like that there's no articulation in the wrists. It'd be kind of cool if they had that option, because then you can have her kind of leaning on the bike, and that would look a little more natural. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, I mean, the articulation in the rest of the body I think is very good, especially in the legs. She has a lot of articulation in the legs, which is cool. Allows for a lot of movement. The kicks that you want to get from her, you can cross her legs. You can do stuff like that. So all that's really dope. All in all, I would give this figure probably like a 7 or an 8. 8 probably out of 10 is because I think it's really well detailed. I love all the stuff that it comes with it, and everything else. So I think as far as the presentation that they presented here with this piece, I think they did a nice job, and I'm happy to have it. So even though I can't pose her completely the way I want to, I'm sure I'll find some other way to do it. But for this video's purposes, this is the best I could do right now. So as always, guys, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this figure. Please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, guys, keep it marvelous.